Hello friend, this is Dr. Ashish Panchal, Professor and Head in the Department of Pharmacology. Welcome to the MOOC series, an initiative taken by LJ Institute of Pharmacy. In this session, we will discuss the drug used in congestive heart failure. What is congestive heart failure? Congestive heart failure is also termed as a heart failure. The symptoms of the heart failure, there are mainly two types of symptoms. Typical symptoms of the heart failure include the dyspnea, fatigue, and fluid retention. And one more symptoms is LV function impaired, means left ventricular function is impaired and reduce the left ventricular reserves. Type of heart failure. So there are mainly two type of the heart failure. One is the heart failure with the reduced ejection fraction, and the second one is the heart failure with the preserved ejection fraction. Mainly there are two type of the heart failure. One is reduced ejection fraction and second one is the preserved ejection fraction. In the reduced ejection fraction, characterized by decrease the pump function, dilatation of the left ventricle, and decrease the LV ejection fraction, and it may be a 40%. And in the preserved ejection fraction is defined as the presence of the sign and symptoms of the heart failure with the left ventricular ejection fraction is less than 40%. In the preserved ejection fraction is also associated with the many conditions like hypertension, arterial stiffness, and diabetes mellitus. Classification of the drug used in the heart failure. So the first class is the relieve the congestion and restore the cardiac function. The first is inotropic. Example is digoxin, dobutamine, dopamine, aminoren, and milrinone. Diuretic, furosemide, thiazide-like diuretic. The drug inhibiting the RAAS, renin angiotensin aldosterone system, AC inhibitor, and the angiotensin receptor blocker. Vasodilator like hydralazine, nitrate, nitroprusside. Beta blocker like metoprolol, bisoprolol, carvedilol, and nebivolol. The drug which resolves and arrests the disease progression and increase the survival are AC inhibitor, ARB, and beta blocker, and aldosterone antagonists like spironolactone and the eplerenone. The first drug is digoxin. Digoxin is the glycosides and isolated from the digitalis plant. It is the potent and the natural cardiotonic agent, so also known as the cardiac glycoside. It is act as a cardiotonic drug, the drug which increases the force of contraction of the heart without increasing the oxygen consumption are known as the cardiotonic drug. Means the cardiotonic drug, it increases the force of contraction but they never increase the oxygen consumption. By conventional term, digitalis has come to mean a cardiac glycosides. The main mechanism action of the cardiac glycosides, and it is digoxin, is inhibit the Na plus K plus ATPase pump, and this pump is present in the cardiac muscles. When this pump is inhibit, what happen? Increase the intracellular sodium level. Intracellular sodium level is increased because this pump is exit or efflux the sodium from the muscles or the cell. When this pump get inhibit, it increase the intracellular sodium level. Increase the intracellular sodium level, thereby it increase the intracellular calcium level. Once the intracellular calcium level is increased, we all know that calcium is responsible for muscle contraction, and it increase the force of contraction and thereby it increase the cardiac output and increase the cardiac function, and it is act as a cardiotonic effect. So this is the mechanism of the digoxin. Now the digoxin pharmacological actions are on heart, it increase the force of contraction and increase the cardiac output. Second, on heart rate, it decrease the heart rate due to vagomimetic effect and assay node suppression. ECG, inversion of T wave, shortening of the QT interval. ECG, shortening of the QT interval, depression of the ST segment. Ventricular muscles inhibit the sodium potassium ATPase pump and thereby it produce the cardiotonic effect. On blood vessels, mild elevation in the systolic blood pressure and decrease in the diastolic blood pressure in the congestive heart failure patient. On kidney, it shows the diuresis, and on CNS, higher dose, it activate the CTZ stimulation, means the CTZ receptor is present in the brain chemoreceptor trigger zone, and thereby it induce the vomiting and the nausea. The other effect include the mental confusion, hypernoia, and visual disturbance due to the higher dose of the digoxin. Once the digoxin will be taken, there is some adverse effect and the toxicity. The adverse effect of the digoxin is the due to the narrow therapeutic index, it increases the mortality with the steady state plasma concentration is greater than 1.1 nanogram per ml. The toxicity symptoms are anorexia, nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, GI irritation, CTZ stimulation, etc. Sometimes it may show the fatigue, headache, confusion, restlessness, hypernoia, psychosis, and visual disturbance. And the cardiac symptoms like arrhythmia and bradycardia is also found due to the overdose of the digoxin. If the digoxin dose is over, then it may cause the digitalis toxicity. And how we can able to treat the digitalis toxicity? The first, stop the digoxin therapy. For tachyarrhythmia, infuse the KCl. For ventricular arrhythmia, lidocaine is the first choice. For supraventricular arrhythmia, propranolol is the first choice, and for bradycardia, atropine can be given, and sometime the antidote, that is digoxin antibody, will be given. The another drug is dobutamine and the dopamine. Dobutamine is selective beta 1 receptor agonist. Dobutamine is catecholamine and it has stimulatory effect on the beta 1 receptor, so increase the force of contraction, and thereby it never produce the vasoconstriction. So it reduces the afterload and hence preferred in the heart failure. These agents are preferred only when digoxin is contraindicated or can't be used. When the digoxin is can't be used, at that time the dobutamine is used, and as it is act on the selective beta 1 receptor, okay, it increase the force of contraction. Next, amirinon and the milrinone. This drug is act through the inhibition of the enzyme, inhibition of the phosphodiesterase 3 enzyme, PDE3 enzyme. So inhibition of the phosphodiesterase 3 enzyme inhibit the metabolism of cyclic AMP, and as the cyclic AMP increase the enzyme metabolism of the cyclic AMP is inhibit, it will increase the cyclic AMP level, and once the cyclic AMP level is increased, open the calcium channel, and thereby it increase the intracellular calcium level. And we all know that as the calcium level increase intracellularly, increase the force of contraction. Milrinone has less thrombocytopenia effect and 10 times more potent than the amrinone. So milrinone is better choice than the amrinone because the amrinone shows the thrombocytopenia, means decrease the platelet count, but milrinone has less thrombocytopenia and 10 times more potent than the amrinone. Milrinone is preferred over the amrinone and should be restricted for short term use only, and milrinone is used for the short term only. Diuretics, the another class of the drug. The diuretic, we all know that diuretic is increase the urine output, and once the urine output is increased, it reduce the blood volume, so reduce the peripheral resistance and reduce the symptoms of the heart failure and improve the cardiac function. So diuretic increase the urine output and thereby decrease the volume of the blood and thereby decrease the heart load, okay, and it is used in the cardiac failure beta. Then next, the drug acting on the RAAS, renin angiotensin aldosterone system, the ACE inhibitor, ARB, ACE inhibitor, angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitor, and the ARB, that is angiotensin receptor blocker. This drug reduce the angiotensin 2 production and cause the vasodilation, because we all know that angiotensin 2 is cause the vasoconstriction. When the angiotensin 2 production will be decreased, it cause the vasodilation and reduce the peripheral resistance and improve the cardiac function. Reduction of the angiotensin 2 also reduce the ventricular remodeling, so prevent the LVH and improve the survival rate of the heart. ACE inhibitor are the first choice agent in the heart failure, irrespective to type of the heart failure. So when the person suffering from the heart failure, the first choice of the drug is ACE inhibitor. ARB can be used only when the patient have a dry cough because of the ACE inhibitor. When the person suffering from the dry cough due to use of the ACE inhibitor, then the patient switch over to ARB Vasodilators, the another class of the drug, that is mechanism action of the vasodilator is reduce the PVR and improve the afterload and the preload, and hence use in the heart failure beta. Use in the vasodilator is the another class of the drug. Vasodilator is reduce the PVR and improve the afterload and preload, and hence use in the heart failure. The another class of the drug is beta blocker. The mechanism action of the beta blocker is reduce the cardiac workload by reducing the heart rate, so it improves the survival of the cardiac cell. Carvedilol, it has also alpha 1 blocking effect, so it reduces the blood pressure and thereby it reduces the PVR, beneficial in the heart failure, but risk of the hypotension is more, so it is more preferred in the heart failure with the hypertensive patient. The another class of the drug is aldosterone antagonist. Mechanism, aldosterone antagonist inhibit the aldosterone, and aldosterone, it is anti-diuretic hormone. So when the aldosterone get inhibit, so reduction of the blood volume by increasing the cardiac output, as well as inhibit the ventricular remodeling and improves the cardiac function and increase in the cardiac survival, so it is used in the heart failure. So these all are the drug used in the congestive cardiac failure. Thanks. Please like and subscribe our channel Pharma Ignite and press the bell icon for the more update. Thank you. Have a good day.